proven fact of the communist country of Canada in the foothills of the Canadian Rockies. This message goes out to all of my viewers. I have a lot of viewers that watch my videos. I'm asking you to do me and other like-minded people a favor. That's what we do, we help each other. I fight the hate bait, the race baiting, day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. Our government wants us to fight and hate each other. I say no. 100% no, thank you. To the Government of Canada, the Corporation of Canada registered in America, to the Freemasons and the Jesuits and the Council of Foreign Relations and the International Monetary Fund, to the monsters of the world that do these crimes against humanity, your time's up. Your time's up. I would ask that everybody look at what's happening in British Columbia, Canada, where they're going to kill all of these ostriches because they're incubating a safe, herd humanity, organic approach to big pharma. 2 people in the chat. I'm asking you to just think about this for a minute. The people who own the land next to the farm, they put a caveat, a law, a warrant on their property. Innocent people caught in this dispute who own their own land, and the Government of Canada put a warrant on their property that they can't go on their property and they can't videotape on their property of the events unfolding in this ostrich farm next to them? Hi, Micah. Hi, Tyler. Oh, now we're up to 5 people. Blessings. When I get on and do these videos, something in my heart tugs in my heart, and I say, wait a minute, I got to do a video on this. Candyman, Canada is completely taken over. We've got to unite. So, we have the Canadian government, Food and Inspection Agency, who are just a bunch of puppets. They're just a bunch of traitors. They're just a bunch of cowards that want to go and kill these ostriches in British Columbia because they're told to. Now, they got 30 or 40 policemen guarding this ostrich farm at this point. They want to go in there, and they tried killing them. Then they got a caveat. Then they got a standoff with the law. Then they got permission with the Court of Queen's Bench, a stay. And then they got the natives taking over that land. Then they tried feeding them poison food. Then they tried starving them. The Government of Canada and the people doing this are committing murder, sedition, treason, and genocide. There's no stronger language for these people doing this in British Columbia. There is no stronger language. And if you're in Canada or America or Europe or England or France or Germany, I've got people all over the world watching my videos. Listen, this is what the Canadian government and the Canadian Food Inspection Agency is doing. They put a warrant on these people's ostrich farms because they're going to have herd immunity in these ostriches that supposedly are toxic and they got to be killed. They're perfectly healthy. But they're trying something different here. It has nothing to do with these animals infecting humans. Obviously, they'd have hazmat suits on and all of this other PPE. No, they're going in there and they're stopping people from proving to the world that the Canadian Food and Drug Administration and the World Order and the Jesuits and the Freemasons and the big pharma, the ones that are poisoning your kids and giving them autism and stuff, those guys, CDC, which is a private organization, a private corporation, just like the Federal Reserve. There's nothing federal about it. It's a private bank. They're going to go in there. They tried to starve the animals. They tried to feed them poison. They tried to cull them. They brought in all this rental equipment. They did all of this stuff. Big theater. Big theater. 30 cops? And now I just saw this video where these people are next to the ostrich farm. And there's a warrant out for their property that they can't take videos on their own property and go near the perimeter of their property, says Canadian Food and Drug Administration. You have no authority. I'd be telling those police to go make love to their hat. I'm being politically correct here when I say that. I'd use the F word. You know, I'm a Netzarim. I am a peaceful, loving Christian. I am a utopian. But sometimes strong language needs to be given to those that think they're in authority. Every one of those police, if they can't take their badge and throw it on the ground, spit on it, peel off their uniform, and stand up and be human, shame on you, every single one of you. I was at Pastor James Coates' church in Edmonton, Alberta, fenced with 2 rows of 6 feet high fencing, stopping people from going into a church to pray during COVID. Can't pray, can't sing. You could open up a mosque. You could have marijuana stores open. You could have liquor stores open. But little mom and pop shops selling little groceries on the corner, nope, gotta close, you're non-essential. Costco's okay. Walmart's okay. But the little mom and pop shop down the street, you have to close up and go bankrupt. Sorry. Say who? A bunch of politicians bought and paid for by the World Economic Forum, Freemasons, and the Jesuits, these guys? You give them authority over you? Like, who? Justin Trudeau, what? A pedophile teacher? Prime Minister? What? Oh, if you don't get this, you can't travel. Well, yours works. So why do I have to get it? Mine doesn't work unless you get yours and I get mine, then it works? Is that how that works? You got yours because you're insane and you believe these guys. So you got your little pokey joby. And so yours doesn't work unless I get mine. So killing these ostriches that are perfectly fine, proving the entire world that CV-19 was a hoax, a bioweapon. So you can't even walk the perimeter of somebody else's property to go in there and look at what they're doing. Kind of reminds me of the Lahaina fires where they torched that entire community out, herded them into a fire, dangerous area where they had to run into the ocean to save their lives. Nothing blue burnt. 30-kilometer-an-hour winds, direct energy weapons, build back better. What do you mean build back better? Oh, you got to destroy it first, and then you build back better. Huh. Kind of happened in the Appalachians, didn't it? Kind of happened in Los Angeles, didn't it? You had a LGBTQ fire chief who got fired over it. Oh, I feel much safer if I lived in Los Angeles. You let LA burn to the ground because you want to build back better. Remember when all this insanity came and they said, oh, we're with a new world order and we're going to build back better. Build back better, BBB, 666. Build back better, huh? And everybody's kind of going on in the world, what are they talking about, build back better? Do you see what I'm saying about building back better? They're going to destroy these organic farmers to prove herd immunity, and real food, as opposed to fake medicine, will save you. Real organic medicine and homeopathic care, deworming, hydrochloroquine. My wife was on it. A tried and tested true malaria drug, over 50 years of proven worth. But no, you got to take some sort of something that was just come up, that was just invented, that changed your DNA. Huh. You're going to tell me what to put in my body. You're going to force me to put it in my body. And then when I have an alternative medicine, which is what this ostrich farm thing is all about, you're just going to kill them, put them out of business, and try to sweep it under the rug with 2 rows of fencing and a bunch of haystacks for the fencing, and then kill all those animals, arrest all those people, put them in jail, call them conspiracy nuttards, and you can't even get to the property next to the property. We got 30, 40 policemen for an event that there's only one group of people want to stop this from going forward, and that's the government of Canada, British Columbia, a communist infiltrated Freemason Jesuit traitor. Remember British Columbia, Canada, when we had this crazy nuttard who was supposed to be the premier of British Columbia say, hey, COVID's really dangerous. Make sure you, put these plastic pads on your keypads on your debit cards and stand behind the plexiglass. But oh, by the way, if you're having sex in a glory hole, for those Christians who don't know what a glory hole is, sorry to be rude and crude and straightforward, but they put a hole in a washroom wall, and you can stick your penis in that washroom wall and have casual sex with a complete stranger on the other side of that wall. Pretty gross, huh? And here's the premier of British Columbia flying around all over the place while the rest of us are locked in our basements, wearing 10 masks, getting vaccinated with poison. And she's saying, yeah, by the way, COVID's really dangerous. But if you're having sex with a perfect stranger in a public washroom through a glory hole wall, make sure you wash your stuff. Are you calm buying what I'm saying here? Do you see the evil of killing these ostriches, fencing this entire property around with 30, 40, 50 police? So these mad scientists could come in and kill all of these ostriches to stop truth from getting out to the world that they have the cure. They have the cure. They don't want you to have the cure. They want you to keep on taking the poison. Dr. Billy Goat Gates is telling you, hey, the next one's really going to get their attention. Wait till the next one comes. And people are like, what did he talk about on TED Talks when he's saying, well, we should be able to depopulate the world by 14% through vaccines. And it went over right everybody's head. There's a guy promising vaccines will depopulate the planet and you're taking it? Are you insane? Oh, Donald Trump said pregnant women shouldn't eat Tylenol. So what did the pregnant women who hate Donald Trump do? Gobble a bunch of Tylenol? Woe unto those who say good is evil and evil is good. Woe unto those who say light is dark and dark is light. Sweet is savory and savory is sweet. Woe unto you. Stand up, British Columbia. Stand up, Alberta. Stand up, America, you big, beautiful nation. Stand up, United Kingdom. Stand up, France. Stand up, Germany. We win this war. We win this war. Oh, these immigrants. Oh, we're going to have to bring digital ID to control it. No. You brought these immigrants in. You put them up in hotels and gave them 3 square meals a day while our vets and our homeless sleeping in the streets, starving. This is a government of Canada, government of Alberta, government of British Columbia, government of England, Ireland, France, and Germany's problem, not the people problem. These poor immigrants are used as cannon fodder. That's all they are. Do you think all these immigrants, these Muslims, are being used for anything else but pawns on a chessboard? Stand up. Stand up. Go to your administration. Go to your public speaking houses. Go to your politicians. If you're going to sit down and do absolutely nothing, you're part of the problem. Go up and say to your prime minister, go up and say to your governor in America, to your premiers and your elders, if you're native, go up and say, listen, you're not listening. Let me make this clear. We had enough of your crap. We had enough of your lies. You sold us down the river. You are not our leader anymore. Get out. Over drowned that communication. Every time you see the press, the head of the snake that needs to be decapitated, every time you see a freedom of the press nonsense, CBC, BBC, CTV, whatever kind of nonsense, CNN, go there and chant lies, 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 lies. Call your governors, call your premiers, say enough, step down, resign, or else. You're going to tell me I can't videotape on my own land? If this happened and that was my neighbor, I'd tell that cop, go F-U-C-K your hat. Don't you tell me what to do. You have no authority. Who do you think you are? You're going to arrest me? You better make it quick. And I tell you what's going to happen. There's going to be one small thing that breaks the camel's back. Are you listening, CDC, CBC? Are you listening, RCMP? Because I know you're watching my videos, because you said it. When I did my videos and the police came to repossess my truck, I told the person, the barsters, I said, listen, the World Health Organization and the World Bank were passing out test kits back in 2017, prior to the pandemic. I said, this was a contrived event, and my tax dollars and my money that I signed up for a bank loan to buy this truck with Scotiabank in the International Monetary Fund, yeah, I didn't sign up for my money to be used for genocide. So it's contract null and void. I have evidence. I want my day in court. And the barrister said, okay, done. I had my truck for over a year. Finally, they come and got it. With 8 cops. 8 cops to come and repossess my truck. I let them have it. It's just possessions. It's just stuff. I don't store my treasures on this earth. I store my treasures in heaven. I let them have it. But I took out my video camera. I went right up in every cop's face and I said, you're a traitor. You're a traitor. Just following orders. You're a traitor. You're a coward. You're allowing them to legally steal my truck? Shame on you. You're a coward. You're a traitor. Stand up. It's just words. No violence. That policeman, when he left, he said, listen, man, I'm sorry I trashed you guys today, but you deserve it. You're cowards. He goes, that's okay. I watch your videos. I know. I said, I know you watch my videos. I know that you know that I know that you're cowards. My uncle died in World War III, in World War II, sorry. We're in World War III. In World War II, my uncle died in a Lancaster as a rear gunner, going down that plane in Nantes, France, and died to protect us from the Germans. Ooh, Germans bad, Russia bad, communism bad. And now you've got the police, our own government, our own politicians doing this to us in our own neighborhood. Our ancestors are rolling in their graves. They went to World War II and died in vain. If we do not stand up and protect our children being poisoned, forced, this. In Toronto, Canada, they had cops, Freemason Jesuit traitor cops with bicycles in a row so you couldn't get past, and they're free ice cream to kids for vaccines. Come and get your vaccine and get a free ice cream. Stripper bars were giving you free lap dances for vaccines. You get a free burger. You had free donuts. They pushed that so hard, I can't believe people fell for it. Now they're saying they have to kill these ostriches because why? Perfectly healthy, not suffering animals, so you starve the animals. So now you're not doing it for humane purposes because you're starving these animals. You tried feeding them poison. You tried coercing these people with the strong arm of the Freemason Jesuit Royal Canadian Mounted Police. And that wasn't enough. Then you got media like us, real people, talking about real issues that stopped it. They slowed down and went, whoa, people are waking up. We shouldn't say so. Keep it. Censorship, censorship, censorship. Stand up. Say no. No, you're not allowed to film in public. Liberty Hangout, one of these beautiful women, I watch her all the time. She's out there filming, and all these woke people are, you don't have permission to film me. You don't have permission. You don't need permission to film in public. You don't need permission to speak. You don't need permission to film in public. These cops, name and badge number, traitor. You're a World Economic Forum traitor. You're a Freemason Jesuit puppet. You're a Zionist puppet. You are a coward. That's what you do. You speak truth. You would have to be a coward. Oh, I got to keep my job. I got bills to pay. I got a mortgage to pay. When I was at Pastor James Coates' church, I got the megaphone, and it's still out there. If you guys ever find that video, send it to me. It's out there on the internet. I'm out there with the megaphone saying, come out, you Freemason policemen, you traitors. Put down your Pornhub and come out here and speak to us. Finally, one of the cops came out. Double time and a half, huh? Hey, man, I'm just trying to feed my family, man. 16 police to guard an empty church. And you don't tell me this is theater? Oh, we're scared that if you go into that church and pray, you might catch COVID. Really? I don't see those police with masks. They're all sitting on their phones getting double time, triple time. I said, you're getting double time, overtime, 2 rows of fencing, the second row fencing with black fabric. What are you hiding? What are you protecting? What are you guarding that is so important in that church building? I said, sell me that church. I told the deacon, I said, sell me that church. I'll buy it back. I'll tell the cops I'm putting a stripper club in this place. Get your fences down. Get your policemen off my land. Here's the bill of sale. Get out of here. And then I'll sell it back to you. And we'll do that 10 times a day if we have to keep the police off your land. And the deacon's like, no, I don't want to stir up stuff. Coward. Coward. Where's your righteous anger? Where's your, wait a minute, my parish needs my word. In the darkest time in history, we're going to close our church down and do an AI sermon? Cowards. Speak boldly. That deacon, I'll never forget you. I forgive you. But oh no, we don't want to stir the pot here. I offered to buy that church. I would have sold it back to him the day, the moment the last piece of fence went down. I would have sold them that church back. And they would have opened up church and we would have started praying. Preaching and praying and singing music again. And the cops couldn't do a damn thing about it. But no, we're dealing with cowards. They've scattered the flock. Scatter the flock. Muslims, they were allowed to pray. They were allowed to have mosques. They were allowed to chant death to Israel, death to Canada, smash stuff, block up traffic. But us, fighting for the right to survive, fighting for the right to preach and pray, nah, not so much. In the House of Parliament 2 days ago, they said, hey, you're fighting this anti-hate speech with all these Muslims and these mosques and these synagogues. What about the Christians? How many Christian churches did you visit? Well, none. Well, don't Christians get some protection too? Well, yeah. Did you meet with any? No. So you met with the Muslims and the synagogue of Satan's synagogue, but you haven't met with Christians with over 33 churches burnt down. There's more than 33, by the way. It's more like 200. In Canada, churches burnt, desecrated, graves smashed. Not a peep from your Luciferian governments. Yeah, well, we were going to visit with the Christians, but we're too busy killing ostriches. In Canada, in the communist country of Canada, where you can't film in public, can't walk the streets, can't go hiking in the woods, because if you're hiking, you might start a forest fire. You know, when you sneeze, it's very flammable, right? And people are gobbling this up and not saying, wait a minute here, what does hiking in the forest have to do with forest fires? Oh, I know, you're spraying all that stuff in the forest to light it on fire. Yes, Dixon. COVID was a test run. It's going to get worse. It's going to get crazier. It's going to get nuts. Zionism. There's Justin Trudeau. I'm a Zionist. There's the Democratic Party. We're Zionists. There's Dr. Billy Goat Gates with his little beanie there. Joe Biden. I'm a Zionist. All of the Parliament of Canada, the House of Speech where you can't talk, Zionists. Oh, I stand with Israel and their genocide in Gaza. I stand with Israel and the International Monetary Fund bankers destroying my own nation and my own people. Cowards. You know, the prophecy is this, that very few will win this war. I will be on the side of the winning team. They came to my gate. They came to my house. They phoned me twice and threatened me. I think they know better. The next time they show up, they're going to probably bring 8 to 10 cop cars because they're going to need it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Those that risk their life to save others' lives, your kingdom awaits you. Those that are cowardly, like these policemen and politicians that are selling your own grandmothers, your own children, your own citizens down the river for money, for safety, your kingdom awaits you. And your kingdom is not my kingdom. Your king is not my king. King of England. Prince Charles, he's not my king. That deviant hanging out with Jimmy Savile, a known pedophile, is not my king. If he's even a dude. Make no mistake about it, the darkest time in history is before you. You are in Revelation. You are in the book of Revelation. You are in Jacob's trouble. When you cannot tell truth from a lie, when every one of the world leaders, we war against principalities and governments, taken out of the New King James Version, in high places, make no mistake about it, you are in great tribulation. For those that don't read the book, let me just make it clear. The darkest time in human history, darker than the Roman ages, darker than the Babylonian conquest and killing and murdering, torturing and raping and eating of our children and daughters and sisters and mothers. No free speech in England. No free speech in Canada. This is my, I can't remember now, 21st YouTube channel, 20th Facebook channel. I got lost my channel for posting the Charter of Freedoms, for posting Nuremberg Law, which states informed consent. Consent being part of the biggest word there. And being informed? Oh, it's an mRNA medical protocol. It's not a VACINE, but that's what we're going to call it. Huh. Didn't that happen during the last pandemic on March 11th? March 3rd month, 11th day, 3/11. 3 times 11, 33. Interesting how the first pandemic and the second pandemic on the same date, just like World War I equals 68 in Gematria, World War II equals 68 in Gematria, World War III, the invasion of Ukraine, equals 68. Kind of seems all planned, don't it? Yet all those people are like, I don't want to stir up the pot. I might lose my job. I might get, made fun of at work. Does it matter? What world are you going to leave your children if you're a coward? Your daughter, your son. You're going to leave them in a dystopian world of forced vaccines, no-go zones, 15-minute cities, George Orwell's 1984 on steroids, biometrics, digital ID, digital currency. You shall not buy, sell, and trade without the mark of the beast. What part of all that don't anybody get? All the idiots playing video games pop your head up out of your basement in your mother's house, you're lambs to slaughter too. You policemen and you politicians, you cowards. You were supposed to be the heroes, those doctors. You were supposed to be the saviors. You were supposed to come out and say, hey, don't take it, it's poison. Hey, there's a better way, there's all these homeopathic medicines. How about a warm cup of chamomile tea and lemon? How about some turmeric? How about some crushed garlic cloves? No, take the big pharma stuff. Take it. They refused me medical service in my town, and to this day, I don't have medical service. I live in Edson and I go to work in Hinton. I have to drive 45 minutes to go see a real doctor. Not a drug dealer like Dr. Bill Gates or Dr. Rudy Gauss, whom I publicly call out again, or Dr. Kruger in Edson, Alberta. Call the police on me because I don't want to take their poison and wear their face diaper. And you call the police on me, huh? Didn't work out too well. So when the policemen come, I could tell them, I'm videotaping you. What are you going to do about it? Did I break the law? No? Well, sorry. Strong language. Parental guidance is advised. I videotaped those police, and they said, we're doing a wellness check to make sure you're okay. I said, why? Well, the police recalled that the doctor said I threatened his life. I said, no, I didn't. Well, what did you say? I said, this is exactly what I said. You know, when people find out what you're doing and that you're poisoning them and you're part of this and you're not helping our society, and out here in Alberta, let me tell you something. There was a woman that was raped. She was 16 years old. She wasn't raped, she was murdered. Within 10 minutes in Edson, everybody grabbed their gun and started hunting for this murderer of this child. Welcome to Alberta. The police put a bulletin out on Facebook saying, hey, everybody, calm down here. I know this is the Wild West here, but, be reasonable. I was at work. I'm welding. I lift up my welding helmet. I got my stinger in my hand. I said, hey, guys, where are you all going? We're going home to get our gun. Why? What's going on? They killed a girl, 16 years old, on the bike path. We're going to go get them. Oh, okay. My friend fit the description. These guys come up on him. What are you doing? Where are you going? Where you been? Where are you going? Where are you doing? Luckily, he had all the right answers. He told me that later. I was like, holy cow, this town's crazy. Alberta's crazy. Alberta's like Texas. Oh my. Danielle Smith, the premier of Alberta, said this. She was asked the question, what are your comments on the guy who broke into the house and got shot? She said, well, don't break into people's houses and you won't get shot. Ooh, that hurt, the woke. Here's the police chief in Ontario, in Ottawa, a liberal, diaper-wearing, perhaps panty-wearing police chief saying, if people break into your house, just let them have your stuff and hopefully they won't murder you, rape you, and kill you. That's right out of our policeman's mouth. You're fired. Let's get a real policeman in there, not a Freemason, Jesuit, traitor, coward. But that's where we're at. Principalities in high places. Now let me make this straight. When that happened in Edson, I'm just giving you a heads up there, policemen, CSIS, Mossad, Homeland Security. Listen up. When they do studies on how quick a government will be taken over by the South, in America it's 7 days. 30 days max, this is all over. Are you combining what I'm saying? I'm not promoting violence. I'm denouncing violence. I'm telling you, don't bite the hate bait, don't bite the race bait. But there's most likely, this ostrich farm might be the catalyst. Just might be the one thing that, pardon the language, pisses off Canadians to the point where they're like, okay, we've had it. It's time to remove our government by force. Oh well, we'll have to hunt you down. Not me. I'm not violent. But in the book of Enoch, it says the evil shall devour their own. So I'm pretty sure that those who have the things that they're trying to take away from you, they said, oh, we've got to take your things away or buy back them. We just mandated a law that will give you a time period where we'll buy back your guns. Because only criminals are allowed to have guns. And if you don't sell them back to us, then you're a criminal? Is that how that works? You just decided to call us all criminals? Let me tell you something, Government of Canada and the Freemason Jesuit American Empire. Ephraim, you could have all the guns, all the F-18s, all the nuclear bombs, every bit of weaponry, psychological warfare you want. There's no power higher. There's no greater honor or distinction of valor than being part of the army that I am a part of. We don't fear death. Our sword is a big book. It's right here. This is our sword. Truth, love is our weapon. And we're coming for you. Hey, Joseph, great to see you, brother. Long time no see. We're coming for you. Salem witch trials, perhaps? You're going to try to push it to the end. And what's going to happen is you're going to get it. You're going to get the end. Joseph Aquaviva is a moderator. He's in the chat. Listen to it. Watch his. Look at the quote. COVID was declared a pandemic. Exactly 666 days after Clade X pandemic simulation. Go watch his channel. Go watch all this coded reality, and then you'll wake up. You either stand up or be lambs to slaughter. You choose. Don't kid yourself. When Yahushua HaMashiach tipped over the tables of the money changers, he went into his father's house of worship and saw it turned into a market. And he got angry. And he made a whip and he cracked the whip. He chased everybody out and he said, you've turned my house, my father's house, into a marketplace and his people into merchandise. You've scattered the flocks. Woe unto you. Woe unto you. Those same money changers, they're called bankers, by the way. The ones that use money, usury, the biggest sin of all. Vanguard, BlackRock, Wayfair. All of the world banks are doing this. Like I said, when I said I have evidence that the world banks were handing out test kits back in 2017, and they want you to have digital ID, digital currency, now you know why. They want a one world religion so they could control you in religion, in churchiosity, in churchianity. Why? Because you are to be docile. Be a good little Christian and just sit down and be slaughtered. No. No. You walk in faith. You are protected. If you die a martyr. And your name is great in the kingdom. Why do they do not like the Muslim movement? Well, they're fanatics. They're willing to die for Allah. But they are on the wrong side. They promote hate and violence. We're not like that, are we? We're not promoting hatred and violence. Just truth. If every one of us stood up in front of that ostrich farm, bombarded the Canadian Food Inspection Agency with emails, and the police chief in Vancouver, just bombard them, send them an email. Say how disgusted you are. Bombard the channels, the chats, the news. One of the most beautiful protests I've seen was a lady who took all bunch of shoes and put them out front of Canadian Communist Broadcasting Corporation of all the people that died of vaccine injuries. And said, if you won't report the news, I will, and put it right out in front. Attack your news agencies, all owned by the Vanguards and the BlackRocks and the Wayfairs of this world. They own the media. That's why we can't get past this matrix, because you're trusting in these people to tell the truth, and there is no truth in them. You have to force their hand. And to do that, you perform miracles of love. Go show your love. Speak up. Stand up. How many accounts have I had permanently deleted? Well, I think this is my 18th or 21st channel. Is that right?
No,
12th?
10.
Okay, I'm just over 10. 10 YouTube channels, 10 Facebook channels. Joseph, you must be way ahead of me. Holy shit, somebody's off their meds. And you've got a thing called love. Yeah, how would you know? You're asleep. You have no concept of reality. And you got a YouTube channel called Love? What do you know about love? Are you willing to die for your brothers and sisters? Are you willing to not get vaccinated? To stand up and say, I'm not going to wear a mask? What are you willing to do, love? I did and am and have been. Since George Floyd riots, I've been standing up against racism, fascism, lies, deceit. What have you done? Stay in your basement? Did you take it? Did you wear it? This one says, do you suffer from schizophrenia? Cornwall. Huh. Yeah, no. No drugs, no alcohol, just pure love. But thanks for the bots and the trolls and all of their little comments. It's just fact. You see what's happening in the world and you can't stand up and you can't say something, you can't voice your opinion, you can't open up a YouTube channel or a Facebook channel and speak. What do you got to lose but everything? You died for your brothers. Wow. The stupidity of these people. Love is just showing everybody in the chat how stupid they are. I risk my life for my brothers every day. I stood up and said the truth every day. I risk getting arrested and killed every day. I don't hide in the shadows of my parents' basement. Yeah. You said you died. Actually, I did die. I did die a physical death. Yeah, a death of this world. But, you know, these little comments of some of these bots and trolls, it's all good, because all the bots and trolls do in my channel, and that's why I allow them to be that way, is to show the rest of the believers how stupid they are, how lost they are, how malevolent they become, and they don't even know they're dumb. They don't even know they have no comprehension. They're given over to their reprobate minds. It's like those women. I'm pregnant and I'm going to take an entire bottle of Tylenol because Donald Trump said I can't do it. So they do it. They eat their Tylenol and their pregnant women is aborted and they go, oops, I'm an idiot. And it's like, yeah, there's lots of them out there. Many will fall to your left. Many will fall to your right. Oh yeah? Prove it. If I showed you all the evidence, you wouldn't see it anyway. You're blind. He's even got a flashlight baseball. Oh, that hurt my feelings. Oh, yeah, these are little lights. So they're hands-free lights. So if you're working outside and you have a flat tire, you just click it and the light turns on. Yeah. Show us the evidence, please, says Moy. Okay, let me try to ramble it off. Stay focused, though. Stay focused. Ron Wyatt discoveries. That's number one. Go watch Joseph Aquaviva 2222, Gematria Effect News 24, The Illusion, Jurassic Liars. In Gematria, you'll see all of your reality is coded and scripted, where numbers are letters. 33 cases of COVID, 33 churches burned in Canada. Bomb on Nagasaki and Hiroshima on the 33rd parallel, 1933, 33rd president. You want to see more evidence? Read the Bible. The prophecy is unfolding before you. The prophecy is literally unfolding before you. You want more evidence? Go look at the World Health Organization. Go look at the NATO Sustainable Development webpage. They're telling you You're going to have digital ID. You're going to have to get permission to go traveling. You're going to have permission. You got to get rid of your gas vehicle. Go look at the evidence. It's there. But you're too busy playing video games. Those people that will not hear this message, you could just go away. You don't have to be here. But this message is for you. This message is for you. You know that saying, preacher, don't preach to the choir? That saying is saying, you don't have to tell the believers. We already believe. We already know we're in the end times. You're trying to reach to the children that are lost, that are scared, that are hungry, that are naked. You clothe the naked, you feed the hungry, you heal the sick, and you warn others. Love says, if you're so full of love, why are you so full of hate, bitching constantly? See, here's the thing. It's called passionate speech. I'm passionate. I'm not some preacher telling you that you should turn to Leviticus 17, verse 8. I'm passionate because I see my country, my people, my brothers and sisters, and this beautiful person who named their YouTube channel Love, completely deceived. Because I care, because I love. And anybody that sees this stuff and does nothing, well, it's obvious you don't care. And anybody that sees this stuff and goes, oh, well, I guess we're going to have to be destroyed. How could you not be passionate about the darkest time in human history before you? How could you not be passionate and cared and concerned and with love and concern for your brothers and sisters all over the world, Jew and Gentile, Muslim and Christian, black and white? No matter what color or creed you are, I love you all, and it hurts my heart when I see these people that are lost, scared, defenseless. And I say to all of you that are lost and scared and defenseless, stand up, be brave. You're not alone. There's millions of us that are behind you. Your Creator, Adonai Elohim, will protect you and guide you. For these people that do not believe, seek Him, find. You will know, or you will not. You will believe, or you will not. You will know and reject Him. The scariest thing of all is believing. And this beautiful person, Love, in the chat here, completely needs our prayers, needs our love. Yes. Depart from me. Dust them off. They will not hear the message. Move on to the next. Many will be deceived. Many will not receive the message. Many will fall to your left. Many will fall to the right. It may be your daughter. It may be your mother. It may be your husband. I know it's painful, brothers and sisters, when you see the ones you love say, you're a conspiracy nut. I don't want to hear it. I'm going to go get my vaccination, then a free donut and a lap dance. I was like, okay. It's painful to watch these people destroy themselves for lack of knowledge. There's nothing we could do about it. We're all given free will. But for those that hear this message, stand up. See what they're doing in British Columbia. If they kill all those animals for no reason, let me tell you something. If they tell you that they got permission to put a warrant on your property and you have nothing to do with it, you're the property next door to this ostrich farm, I'd say, where's your proof? Where's your warrant? What authority do you have to tell me I can't take videos on my own land? Who do you think you are? Like, at some point, it's going to happen to the wrong person, and it's going to kick off. Look, you've got a massive event coming, and the event is this. They've been throwing fire and matches and gasoline on this big thing called World Economic Forum, Freemason Jesuit World War III takeover of humanity. That's all they've been doing is gaslighting this, throwing matches and kindling and fire and gasoline and All of this, and they're just waiting for the one spark. That's what these monsters do. They turn us against each other. They turn us against each other to fight each other. When this pops off, I'm telling you, stockpile food, have a bug out plan, have a knapsack, get ready to throw your phones in the garbage, have first aid kits, tangible, tradable commodities. If you got money in the bank, take it out. When the digital ID and currency comes, you won't be able to get your money out. You could have 20 grand, you could have 1,000 millions of dollars in the bank. It's no good to you if you can't access it. If you got millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, buy stuff, give it away, help people. Buy medical supplies, Band-Aids, first aid kits, RTMs, ready-to-eat meals. Buy books. Buy books. Sefer.net. There'll be a famine in the land. Somebody said something here. Don't mention me, buddy. What did it say? Whatever you do, don't mention faith, buddy. Yeah. Yeah. I could tell with a YouTube channel like Love, and it says here, faith in God, last on the list, of course. Absolutely. What's it about? It's about the culling of these ostriches in British Columbia because they've been experimenting with these ostriches for herd humanity, for vaccine COVID, to bring in natural homeopathic cure to COVID. And now they want to kill these ostriches in Canada, in British Columbia. They have 30, 40 policemen guarding this place, and they're getting ready to kill these animals. They've been trying to do it for quite some time. They tried to poison them. They tried to feed them with poison food. They tried starving them. They tried everything in their books to quiet and be very secretively controlling the narrative that there's a cure, because they don't want you to have a cure. So you got 30 or 40 policemen in Canada that have now put a warrant on the neighbor's property saying they can't even on their neighbor's property film and go near their fence to film. And I say, at what point do our Canadian citizens stand up and say, you have no authority? You come on my land, you poison my well, you poison my skies with chemtrails, and you expect me to believe anything you guys say? You're liars, all of you. Oh, I just gave $1 trillion to Trump, says the Prime Minister of Canada. Do you know how much $1 trillion is? $1 billion is a pallet-sized stack of money, the high as the Empire State Building. And you're telling me you gave $1 trillion of infrastructure funds to America Infrastructure, Mark Carney, to Donald Trump? We don't even have $1 trillion. We're billions of dollars in debt. We don't have the population base for any of that. It's absurd theater that we would owe any money to any country or international monetary fund. We borrowed money and didn't print our own money. Just like America's in debt to the Federal Reserve, a Zionist-owned bank. It's nothing federal about the Federal Reserve. It's a private bank, and America, the wealthiest nation in the world, is borrowing money from the Federal Reserve? How much fiction can you take before you throw up? We borrow money to print our own money so we could run our own country. We don't need money. We don't need the banks. We don't need the governments. And we don't need these little bots and trolls in here because they don't get it. It's just like non-player units in the movie Matrix. They're just automatons. And so pay no mind to the monsters and just stand up and say no. Unite. Get ready. The straw that broke the camel's back. One straw at a time you put on the camel. Eventually there's going to be one tiny, thin little piece of straw you're going to put on the camel's back, and it'll break the camel's back. That's what's happening right now. Birthing pains is getting crazier and crazier and crazier. And you think Charlie Kirk's death, PSYOP, was fake enough? Wait, it's going to get worse. And you're going to laugh and you're going to cry at the same time. You're going to say, how crazy and insane are these people that they believe this stuff? The Canadian government wants our guns to give them to Ukraine to help with the Ukraine war. Really? What? Joe Biden gave him $100 billion to fund the Ukraine war. Where did that money go, that money laundering scam? We gave $2 million to India for transgender studies. I could have fed a lot of homeless people with $2 million, but you decided to give it to India so they could study transgender? What? Our tax dollars. Because that's the priority of our governments, is malevolence, deviancy, lies, and deceit. Like I said, the Premier of British Columbia during COVID said, COVID's dangerous, it's going to kill you. You can't leave your house. Meanwhile, she's flying all over British Columbia. Same with Doug Ford in Ontario. Oh, you can't leave your house, but I'm going to go on a snowmobile trip and fly all over Canada and do whatever, pretend to put a mask on in front of the camera, take it off. But COVID doesn't affect the politicians, just you kinfolk. And there's the Premier of British Columbia saying, you know, COVID could kill you. Oh, by the way, if you're going to have casual sex in public washrooms, maybe wash your penis afterwards. That's okay, but you better get vaccinated. And if your child comes home after we tried to indoctrinate him saying your girl's a boy, we're going to put you in jail. Where do pedophiles hang out? Children. Pedophiles hang out with children. Where are all the children? In schools and playgrounds. Where do pedophiles hang out? Schools and playgrounds. Where are your children? Who's teaching your children that they're born in the wrong body? Pedophiles. Teachers. The teachers' union here in Canada would not accept a massive stack of paper of signatures saying, stop teaching our children pornography at the age of 4 years old. Stop showing our 4-year-old children pornography, please. A stack of papers. They refuse to accept those signatures. Sounds like pedophilia to me. Oh, here in Canada, we call it minor attracted people. So same with UN. Yeah. If you don't accept UN's policies, you'll be excluded from society. They'll just turn your chip off. Do you not see it? And I'm passionate. Are you not passionate when you see these innocent children? Do you have any idea what they do to these innocent children? I do. That's why I'm passionate. I accidentally seen some stuff. And when you've seen what I've seen, you would understand my passion. When you see little babies in stew pots with carrots and onions and potatoes and celery and onions, it kind of tends to change your perception of how malevolent of a force we're dealing with. And when Benjamin Netanyahu, after Charlie Kirk's assassination, said, hey, they're saying horrible things about us, Zionists, like we kill these children and that we run the world and the banks. This is all untrue. No. Everyone in Hollywood seemed to have a star of Rephaim attached to their name. Mr. Zimmerman is Bob Dylan. They seem to change all their names to American names, but they're not American. They're Zionists, Harzarian, Talmudic worshipping, baby murdering monsters. Notice how strong my language is. I'm begging and pleading for YouTube to cancel me. Come on, CSIS. Come on, RCMP. You going to come and arrest me for speaking truth? You mean to tell me Vanguard and BlackRock and Wayfair don't own Disney? That Disney doesn't have a 33 Club? That Walt Disney isn't a Freemason and a Jesuit when we have evidence of it all over the world? Can't wait to my day in court. Evidence will never be erased from the internet. Will always re-enter, copy, cut, and paste. Copy, cut, and paste. George, we're going to cancel you. Go ahead, George. Like, ooh, I'm scared. Freemason Jesuit puppet. The Zionists that run the world, that worship the Talmud, where it says in the Talmud it's okay to have children as young as 3 years old in one day, that it's okay to steal from a goyim, that they're the chosen ones, they're the rabbis that own all the Pornhub. Pornhub's owned by a rabbi. How's that possible if you're a rabbi, a holy man owning all the porn sites? All Hollywood is run by the Hollywood Delete. All of the Zionists are actors. All of your Hollywood actors are Zionists. Haven't you noticed that? Your rock stars are all Zionists too? I mean, just 10 minutes of research. All of the Hollywood elite children just happen to be transgender too. Mark Carney was sitting there listening to Trump saying all these people with their transgender idiocies, and there's Mark Carney with her boyfriend, son, daughter, whatever, both transgendered. Interesting. Just saying, it's fact. Fact. Francis Macron's boyfriend is pretending to be a girl. I guess Justin Trudeau's dating Katy Perry, the astronaut. Oh, Katy Perry, the astronaut. Jeff Bezos with the one-eye panda photograph that just come out, panda eyes. Do you guys know what panda eyes are? How about Red Shoe Society? Panda eyes is when you brutally rape a child beyond any comprehension, where they have two black eyes, bludgeoned from the inside out. That's what they're representing when they're showing you their panda eyes. And let me get started with the Red Shoe Society. The Pope wears red shoes. The Levites wore red shoes made of human skin. The Pope wears red shoes. Ronald McDonald wears red shoes. John Podesta wears red shoes. And all of your Hollywood elite, or shall I say delete, own red shoes, including Carol Burnett. They like showing off their red shoes made of human skin. Wake up. Fight. Fight. Yeah. Wizard of Oz, red shoes. I got to end this video now. I hope you're blessed. I will continue fighting. I'll never stop. Yeah. That was my puppy. My puppy's hurting. He's almost dead. He's dying. May you be blessed. Grow your own food. Grow your own food. Grow and make your own food. Grow your own food. Make your own tea. Chamomile. Make your own food. Stay blessed. Be in love. May you be blessed. I love you all. Till you see each other again, I hope this message finds you.